Information Security Governance and Frameworks. Domain 5 is the largest and most technical on the exam, and it opens exactly where Domain 2 did, with governance. Because protection without direction is just a pile of tools. Here is the situation. You ask who owns information security, and the answer is, IT does. It's their systems. The security policy is a 2-year-old document nobody has read. There is no distinction between what is mandatory and what is advice, and when a control is missing, each team assumes another was handling it. Security here is treated as a technical chore, not something the organization governs. So who is actually accountable? Information security is a governance responsibility. Senior management and the board are ultimately accountable. They set the tone from the top, approve the security policy, and allocate the resources. A security function, often led by a CISO, and the IT teams implement and operate the controls, but they do so within a mandate management owns. This is the same shape as risk appetite in Domain 2. When a question asks who is ultimately accountable for security, the answer is not IT and not the security team, it is senior management. Treating security as purely IT's problem is the governance failure that leaves gaps no one owns. Now the policy hierarchy, because the exam expects you to tell the layers apart. A policy without standards is aspiration with nothing to test against. Standards without a policy are rules with no authority behind them. So keep them straight. First, a policy states management's high-level intent and direction. Information must be protected in line with its classification. It is the mandate. Second, a standard turns that intent into mandatory, measurable requirements, a minimum encryption strength, a password length, and approved configuration. Standards are not optional. And third, a procedure gives the step-by-step instructions to meet a standard, while a guideline offers optional advice and good practice. For layers, each doing a different job. So the shortcut is, intent, mandatory, how, advice. When a question describes high-level intent, that is a policy. A mandatory specific requirement is a standard. Step-by-step is a procedure. Optional good practice is a guideline. Organizations do not invent security from scratch, they adopt recognized frameworks. ISO 27001 defines an information security management system, the NIST cybersecurity framework and COBIT are others. Their value is a structured, repeatable way to identify risks, select and apply controls, and monitor and improve them. And the exam's angle mirrors compliance in Domain 2. A framework is an ongoing management system, not a one-off certificate. Achieving ISO 27001 certification once and never maintaining the system is the same stale certificate problem in new clothes. And no framework guarantees you cannot be breached, it manages risk, it does not abolish it. So carry this away. Security is governed by senior management, who are accountable for it, exactly as they are for risk. Policy is intent, standards are mandatory, procedures are the how, and a framework is the ongoing system that holds it all together.